All right, so the first step I listed right, you'll notice, is to clean your build plate. It is so important to clean your build plate. If your build plate isn't clean, you can have a lot of adhesion issues, right? I didn't realize this until I started printing kind of intense parts, like functional parts that had to be in engine bays, hotter, higher temperature, bigger parts, right? You have to have a really clean build plate. Then I take just regular glue. And like what I mean by that is, like, glue sticks, and I'll do crisscross pattern each way. And I have videos on each of these things, right? They go into depth, but this is sort of an overview. um, to preheat, you'll need a enclosed heater for anything functional under the hood. Realistically, I mean, yeah, you might be able to print some stuff, but it won't be really what you want to print. Okay, you really want to have an enclosure. It doesn't have to be the most serious enclosure in the world. You don't have to take apart an oven or something, but you do need to have an enclosure. In this enclosure, I'd highly recommend ventilation. 3D printing is not exactly perfectly safe, so you want to have it like in a garage or somewhere you don't spend a ton of time, and you want it ventilated, right? You don't want to 3D print like in your bedroom while you're sleeping, right? And with that, you need it to be hot, right? You got to have it hot. And what I mean by hot, you're going to want like a little mini heater. And if you do this stuff, like, and you burn down your house, like, this is not my advice to you, okay? This is just a guy on the internet telling you how he does it. So use at your own discretion. But basically, I get like a mini heater, like a 200-watt heater. They make them for like offices, right? And they're designed to not trip circuit breakers, right? You're going to want something that has as many protections as possible, like tip over protection, overheat protection, blah, blah, blah. Almost everything sold in America will have an overheat protection. But yeah, this is something you probably want to buy in America. You don't want to buy this shit on AliExpress, right? Probably not, right? With that, my house might burn down. But anyway, then you're probably going to want to make a video, let people know you've printed it. And I recommend CapCut. Not, I'm just playing, but seriously, you want your enclosure to be pretty hot. You're going to want to preheat everything. And for slicing, I have a video on just slicing, for example, to jump into a longer video. But in this overview, with 3D printing, you're going to want to print fairly big, and for functional parts. And what I mean by that is you're going to want to like go down this knowledge rabbit hole of figuring out what size nozzle you want, and it's probably going to be a 0.8. And then you're going to want to figure out what line height you want, what line width you want, and there's a ton of settings, and this is its own world, really. Like, having a good Cura setting or a printing setting, a slicing setting, is really important, and it's something that you can fine tune and dial in. If you want to ask me some questions about different settings, please let me know. I don't really want to share my settings, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to share my logs. I don't want to share my tunes. You can buy them, right? But you know what I mean? I don't really want to share everything. I do have to live and whatever. So I feel like I'm giving you a lot of knowledge, though, for free. You know what I mean? Like, when I was looking for this stuff, I was really lucky to find some help, and I'm really, really lucky to find people who've been really supportive and reached out and gave me really great advice at various stages. So yeah, that's been my 3D printing overview, and I hope you enjoy it. And there's a bunch of things you can 3D print. It doesn't just have to be functional air intakes, but basically anything in a car you're going to want to make out of polycarbonate. And those steps I listed are going to be helpful in running with polycarbonate.